You're watching the SCAC Spring Media Days. Today we're taking a look into the Trinity University Tigers men's tennis program. The Tigers, of course, coming off a 16-12 overall record a season ago, their ninth straight SCAC tournament title, and advancing to the third round of the NCAA tournament. The Tigers will once again be led by head coach Russell McMindes, along with senior Tilden Oliver. Coach Tilden, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Coach, I'll start with you. Going into your 10th season now as the head coach of this program, how have you seen yourself change as you've taken, inventory over the last number of years leading this program? Going into your 10th season, what's been the biggest change for you as a head coach when it comes to sort of the challenges of facing a new season and how you approach it?
I mean, there's a lot that stays the same, and we always we set pretty clear goals for the start of each year. Obviously winning the conference is objective number one every year. But I mean, things that have changed obviously as you grow and you mature and have way more experience. You start to just kind of recognize how to best I guess motivate each individual team. I think we've gotten better at kind of trimming some things down. We used to have very big rosters. We've kind of narrowed that down a little bit to allow a higher level of focus and attention to detail within each player and within the team, creating a little bit closer knit group. The team chemistry is a huge priority for us. I think that's also been something as I've gone is recognizing talent is fantastic, and that's something we're trying to recruit every year. But the team cohesion and the chemistry and that component is vital. We've had much more success when that element is on point.
Tilden, for you as a senior, as you've begun to process going into this final year, what's been your mindset as one of the leaders on this team? It's a team full with young talent, 6 underclassmen in all. So as one of the senior leaders in this group, what has been kind of your mindset going into this season?
Well, I just want to leave my legacy as a Trinity student off on a good note. I think we have a lot of young, good guys, who are coming up on this team, and I think we have a lot of potential to do well this year. So I kind of just wanted to, finish strong as my last year at Trinity.
Tilden, you're coming off a junior season in which you went 8-14 in singles play, getting a majority of your work at that number 5 singles spot. What have you worked on with your singles game over the course of the summer in the fall season as you prepare for this senior year to continue to grow and get better out there on the court?
Well, some of the main things I've been focusing on recently have been my just consistency on the court, on my forehand and backhand side. I've been working on my serve, and also my mental game has been pretty important to me right now. Just kind of working on those 3 things and hoping it translates to some more wins.
Coach, I mentioned the youth on this team. Last year, a number of freshmen got a ton of experience right out of the gate in their first year there in San Antonio. You return a bunch of those guys, so you have the experience. As a head coach, though, how do you take that experience and turn it into development? What are you looking to see, from your players that got a ton of experience last year as freshmen, sort of in taking that next step? You got the experience part. Now as a coach, how do you see that development unfolding?
Well, yeah, I mean, experience in any facet of life is kind of the it factor. I mean, you get guys that are able to get exposure right out of the gate at a high level in contributing spots. If they take it the right way, and all those guys were wired that way, they love the challenge, then they can grow from it. And so this year it was more about, like you said, development. They've seen it. They recognize any shortcomings they have or what they need to take that next step. And the high character that this team has is they're willing to work on it. They don't just stay content with, kind of within the confines of what got them there. They know they have areas they need to improve if they want to be more successful at whatever spot they were, or if they want to make a jump in position to help contribute to this team. And that's recruiting high character guys that are willing to put in the work, having leadership like Tilden and the other seniors, Wilson Lambeth and Matt Tyre, that are kind of setting the tone as well. Just that blend allows these guys to be successful, and they're ready to move forward.
Tilden, for you, last season, you earned all SCAC tournament honors in doubles. You got a majority of your work a season ago with partner Lars Welk. What is your mindset when it comes to doubles play? Is that something that you enjoy? Do you approach it differently than you do when you're out there for a singles match? How do you look to kind of continue to grow and expand off of the success you had last year in the doubles?
Well, I really enjoy doubles. I think it's definitely a different animal than singles. You have to, like Russell's mentioned, with some other questions. Like chemistry is huge in doubles. Unfortunately, Lars right now just is coming off some surgery, so I've been playing some doubles with junior Jace Kagiokuma, and we're starting to get some chemistry going, and hopefully it goes well this year.
Coach, sticking kind of with the doubles theme, as the head coach of a tennis program in a sport that kind of traditionally is an individual sport in itself, and in our game we take it and make it a team aspect. Doubles is such a huge part of our game. You start off, the momentum can be gained right away. How do you kind of approach that as a head coach? What is your mindset when doubles? Is it something that you see as something that's extremely important when it comes to building a winning program, and in a sport like tennis where the individuality of it is so important as well?
Yeah, I mean, well, the beauty of college tennis is for a lot of these guys, it's a way to take an individual sport like tennis and add the team concept to it. That's what usually attracts them to this idea of playing college tennis. And for a strong program like ours, getting to have a ton of experiences, traveling the country, playing for conference titles, national titles, things like that. But doubles in particular, I mean, that was my bread and butter when I played, so I love it. I'm attracted to that dimension as well. I think because of the team aspect, having somebody else out there to develop some chemistry with. In Division III, at least for the time being, doubles is incredibly valuable as every match counts for a point. So in this year, I think we're pretty fortunate. We've got a lot of guys that can play, and so we're in a good spot. We have a bunch of pieces that can fit, and so we're trying to explore some different options to find the right compatibility. But it's about energy. It's about playing together as a team, coming out there and setting the tone for the match. It can definitely swing the momentum very quickly. And so having the right guys out there is important. And I love it. The guys love it. It's a quicker format than the singles, so the energy can stay at a pretty high standard for the duration, and then you kind of transition into the singles with that momentum.
Tilden, as we wrap things up with you, expectations in San Antonio are always high with respect to all the success that not only you have had at the program there, but for people that have played at Trinity years past and all that they have accomplished. As you've talked about this 2019 season and you've had those discussions with some of your teammates, what are some of the goals for this 2019 team, and what have those discussions looked like moving ahead?
Well, I think we have some daily goals that we kind of check off all the time to make sure we're on the right track to progress throughout the season. But I think our big main goal at the end of the year is to get back into that Elite Eight. I think that's really important to us, and I think we have the potential to do that this year. We just need to put in the work, so hopefully we get it done.
And Coach, finally, to wrap things up with you, for fans, family, friends that all come out and support your Tigers men's tennis program this season, what are a couple of things they can really bank on and expect to see day in, day out, kind of characteristics or identities you hope this team sort of takes on and embodies that regardless of the result, win or loss, the people that support your program will be able to bank on every night?
Well, we've always tried to hang our hat. Like you said, it's a pretty storied tradition and history here. There's a long legacy of greatness. So we want to make sure we continue to perpetuate that and develop our own story. We want people talking about this generation of player just as much as they do the past. So a big part of it, I think you're going to see guys that play with a tremendous amount of pride, both for their own performances, but as well as the team and the university they represent. You're going to see guys that compete till the very end, and we do it the right way. I mean, that's something we've always tried to exemplify, is that they don't have to be mutually exclusive. You can be successful and conduct yourselves properly, and that's what you'll see with our guys. They're a bunch of high character guys that care about one another. They care about the legacy they leave behind, and so it's going to be a fun year because they're going to compete till the end. They've gotten some early looks this year against some high competition to see kind of what we're capable of, and I think they're all excited by the prospects.
The Trinity University men's Tiger tennis program. Again, the Tigers will be led heading into the season by head coach Russell McMindes, along with senior Tilden Oliver. Coach Tilden, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck as you head into the rest of the 2019 season.
Thank you.
Thank you.